Welcome to the Desert Vibe. This, by the way, is the beginning of Season 2, Year 2 of the Desert Vibe. I'm Glenn Gardner. Walt Richardson is right next to me here. And our special guest today is Bruce Bytes. And as Shakespeare put it, to loop or not to loop? That is the question. So, yeah, we will be investigating looping. I also want to mention that after we get done with Bruce, we will be rolling right into what's vibin' in the desert here, and we've got correspondents now in Tucson and up north in Prescott, Flagstaff, and over in Florence. So we're going to give you a pretty comprehensive look at what's happening entertainment-wise here in the state of Arizona. But before we do any of that, we've got Bruce Bytes here, and Bruce is up in Globe. I was reading through some of your stuff and listening to some of your music, and as I alluded to just a moment ago, to loop or not to loop, you definitely made the decision to loop, and you are kind of basing your musical journey on that and kind of just getting started and looking to gig in the region. How did you come to that, and what is your process in looping? What do you use?
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, great questions. I think honestly, one of the first reasons why it probably started looping and everything with me that a lot of people don't get into it is just where I'm living. There's just not a lot of musicians. There is, but not a lot that like to play what I'd like to play and stuff either. And what I was like trying to learn. So that was kind of one thing is, hey, if I want to play something specific and I want like a backup and kind of thing and want to explore these jazzy kind of things and whatnot, I had a real hard time finding people at first, but recently I've been finding a lot of awesome people and everything. But I think that was one of the things is I've having a hard time and I really want to learn. I think I was pulling up like some YouTube videos and playing with like chord progressions. I'm like, oh, I want to create my own or write my own and that kind of thing. So that's where I think the looping kind of started from is so I could kind of have more than one layer and learn and play that way. And it turned into something really kind of fun, especially from where I started, it was more of a singer-songwriter with acoustic, and then slowly added other different things to it. And yeah, and I still enjoy playing them all. So, um, yeah, that's
That's cool. And I actually, it's funny because I never thought of that aspect of it, that if you live in a fairly rural area, either you're going to have a lot of travel time, and this allows you, in effect, to have a band. But before I hand it over to Walt, how difficult was it for you to get started? Because when I started using a looper, and I don't, it's not what I base my musical journey on, but I like to employ it as a tool sometimes. I find that when it goes right, it goes phenomenally well, and when it goes wrong, it is like a train that has rolled off the tracks, and there is no getting it back.
y- yeah, it took me a bit to I think the right technology helps now because a lot of them depending on the drum machine you're using and the looper you're using, you got to make sure that they're like MIDI compatible so they link up and everything. I some of them are like all in one where they kind of have a drum machine and looper in them as well, which is kind of nice and what I was starting with, but it sounded very plain and whatnot and very kind of one dimensional even with the drum machine in there, but it was great like learning and starting tools for me and everything, especially for the resources I had. But later on, when I really like, cause I got a BeatBuddy, which is a bit more advanced drum machine that I can control on the spot and or I can program. So I kind of got the options of being a bit more freestyle, or I do have like songs that are more established, and I just kind of use it as a backing track and that kind of thing. Um, so with those options, it's important that it links to the looper so it all syncs. Because if not, you get off by like 1 millisecond 20 seconds into the song, it's all lost and everything. And so the right technology has really helped, especially with some other the other loopers and everything. So if you are going to look into loopers and everything, I suggest looking at some videos online before you actually invest and making sure if you are using a drum machine that they are MIDI compatible with each other. Just a little bit of time investment like that would save you a lot because I didn't realize that at first and probably spent about 20 hours trying to link up a looper and a drum machine that weren't compatible. So yeah, yeah. But yeah, so technology probably has helped fix that problem a bit more and everything. So,
So, Bruce,
yes.
welcome to the show.
Yeah, yeah, no, thank you, thank
As we
you.
were chatting right before you got on here, uh, you're actually in Miami. The Globe Miami is like two little cities right next to each other in
Yeah,
kind of like eastern Arizona. And
yes.
you're in Miami. You have a funny little story about your experience moving there.
Yeah, so a lot of the time I say I'm from Globe because people don't know Miami and they know more of Globe and everything. And these two towns are literally right next to each other. They're very small and everything. And yeah, you throw a rock and you over the train tracks and you hit the other city kind of thing. But yeah, I got a temp job and I've never been to this area and it was supposed to be for like 3 months and I was moving to like an Airbnb and everything from Flagstaff and the temp job was in Globe. And I've never been there. I was like, hey, I looked up some stuff online, read some things, and I'm like, oh, that sounds great. It's a nice looking city and all that kind of things. So it's like it'll be like a cool little temp job and all that kind of stuff. And I really hate driving like in traffic during the day. So I always try like driving at night and all that kind of thing. So driving from Flagstaff to Globe, I'm driving, and all of a sudden you kind of get to the little mountain pass by like Superior and Globe, and all of a sudden I see the sign saying like Miami in 10 miles, and I'm like, what the heck? I thought I like fell asleep, went to the Twilight Zone or something. I'm like, how did I end up in Florida? Like I had like a mini panic attack for 30 seconds. I was like, I don't know what's going on. And like it's a nice, fun, windy mountain road. And I'm like, can't really pull over and everything. But eventually I like went through it all and then I saw the sign town of Miami. I was like, oh, okay, okay. This is making way more sense. But yeah, I, I was I was lost for quite a bit there. It fooled me for a loop.
Hey, look, there's a couple things about that. And first of all, if you're driving out in Arizona, past the cities at night, it looks like a different terrain. And it looks extraterrestrial when you get into the mountains and everything, the winding roads like you were on. So
Yes, yeah.
that's funny. That's funny. So I got a chance to have a chat with you a little bit over at the chill room. And one of the perspectives I wanted to ask you about is um, you're out just now getting into the music scene. How long have you been getting into the music scene out here?
I've been getting outside of Miami. It's probably actually only been about a month. I think
About
I
a month.
started, yeah, I think I started probably at the beginning of August here and
Yeah.
whatnot. I think was the very first weekend I started going down there, and I've been trying at least. I think I've been hitting up about two open mics, so about 2 days a week down there. I've been going, so it's
And
been
and
nice.
and and what's your perspective as a person entering into the open mic scene, the music scene in Arizona, on at this part of your exposure? What's the sense you're getting of the whole music community?
I wish I would have gone down there way earlier and
Yeah.
everything. It's like like the first experience was so welcoming, and I'm it takes a little bit, especially when I get into like a nice open room and everything. I get a little shy and like I kind of tuck myself into the corner. But I went into the chill room and there was multiple people that just came up, said hi to me and welcomed me and all that kind of stuff and whatnot. And that was like my first open mic I went to. I'm pretty sure was the chill room down there. And I had like multiple people that were just musicians down there and everything, and other people coming up saying hi, welcoming, all this kind of stuff, and just talking. And it was just so friendly. It was just such a open, welcoming like spot and whatnot, which it's not quite what I'm used to, especially with so many musicians around and all that kind of stuff. Fortunately, I'm used to like competition and stuff, which I really don't like. But down there, it was just so welcoming, so supportive, and it just seemed like everyone was just cheering everyone on the whole entire time and all that kind of stuff. So it was really nice, and there's a lot of open mics and opportunities. Like every single night, there's at least one down there. So
Where else have you gone to, and what were your impressions?
um. So down there, I went to some of the Mad Hatter Kava bars locations and everything. I thought those, I've actually, that was one of the first times I tried Kava and everything, and I thought the scene was really cool and everything. I actually played a set down at the Kava, Mad Hatter Kava Mesa off of like Baseline
Yeah.
and whatever. Oh, I'm forgetting the streets names and everything. Right where that Waterburger is and everything on the other side of the 101. But that was super fun. Like the whole vibes, like the colors in the room, like the scenery is super cool. And I'm not I'm not a big alcohol person and everything and whatnot. So like growing, like having like those options for like late night kind of things, still being able to play late night and having like alternatives to alcohol, I thought was super cool. Everyone was super nice, friendly, and it seemed to enjoy like original music and live music and that kind of stuff, which is awesome.
We, so a question I have for you, and you're right. That's my experience of the whole my whole career, and you coming in kind of fresh and new, jumping on board with everybody. It's nice that you feel welcome and have the atmosphere and the environment to explore and grow. So you said something earlier about before you were looping, you were playing you were doing more acoustic guitar. Was that kind of singer-songwriter stuff, writing all of your own material and things of that nature?
Yeah, so I it's kind of weird how I describe myself and everything because the looping thing's kind of new, but I still do like I got like two main different genres and vibes I play.
Uh-huh.
So I kind of got like the singer-songwriter stuff, which more recently I guess I've been calling my original like alternative rock kind of stuff and
Uh-huh.
everything.
Okay.
A lot of that kind of started off with me just doing it as like acoustic songs and everything, and later on I was able to like refine them, get them on the drum tracks and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
I got a buddy that follows me around every now and then when he's available, plays bass. Awesome guy. He loves to just fill in, listen to ear and everything. Andy Simpson, you met
Yeah.
him and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he loves to play along with that kind of stuff. And that ranges from like punk to alternative rock kind of thing. And I still do that and
Mm-hmm.
everything. And I also love the jazzy stuff that I write and whatnot too. So I kind of got two main different genres, and
Mm-hmm.
kind of figure out a way to blend them is kind of been my hard part and everything. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's been fun. And
So when you're talking about your jazzier part uh, um, with the acoustic and moving into the looping, and is it you are you talking more jazz theory or chordal, creative use with chords, different modes and that kind of thing? How can you share that with us?
no,
What's going on with that process?
yeah, no, great question. Thank you. Yeah, I think I call it jazzy just for lack of a better word, but the
Mm-hmm.
main theories and how I really do approach it is probably like I approach everything mostly with the chord progression and
Uh-huh.
everything in mind and whatnot. And
Mm-hmm.
I have like taken apart a lot of like the jazz standards and like
Right.
love those kind of things. And instead of, I know a lot of people like approach those and learn the melody and everything. I kind of went a different way and learned
Okay.
the chord progression and kind of changed a lot of those my own. I mean, I've definitely done both and everything with a lot of those, but I just love more the chord progressions and
Yeah.
making my own with them and everything. So I think it's more of a jazzy chord progression theory sort of way. And when I play like over like a minor seven chord, I got a couple different options of different modes
Mm-hmm.
and everything playing on top of that. So it's a mix of both
Right.
without it being that typical jazz style and everything that you think.
Right.
So it's like the chords and theories, but not the jazz style that it's originally
Right.
played in.
So, because from the things that I've heard, uh, jazz drumming has a certain kind of, uh, uh, kind of like a feel with it. And the drumming that I heard in the process of the looping tends to be more uh, singer-songwriter or rock oriented or that kind of thing with the chords that you're talking about on top of that, and then the phrasings that you use when you're playing the lead notes or the solos on top of that. Am I getting that right?
That's pretty much it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I guess the jazzy part is pretty much just the chord progression, and theory wise, everything else is my version of it or
Yeah.
whatnot, or kind of more of what I grew up with and a bit more upbeat. I guess that because I grew
Right.
up a lot with that alternative rock and stuff like that. So I guess I kind of
Yeah.
throwing that on there to make it just a bit more upbeat and kind of my style. But
Well,
yes, yeah. So
it's I can see you going in a pretty cool direction
yeah.
with this. So you said something that perked my interest. Where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Phoenix or
Oh,
Glendale. Like I forget exactly where. I think it's actually originally, I think Glendale
Glendale
and
area.
everything. Yeah, yeah. And I lived there until I want to say it was like 20 something or whatnot. Like 22, 23. And then
Uh,
I was running a lot, like marathons and stuff. Had a heat
oh,
stroke here a couple times and couldn't really run anymore. So I ended up moving in Colorado for about 15 years or so. And then
okay.
COVID kind of hit and we decided to move back to family a bit closer, but I can't do the heat. So Flagstaff was it. And then around
Yeah.
there is why I started playing, like got into music and stuff again because I couldn't run. So I was like, I needed something else to fix my addiction.
Did you do
Yeah.
music when you were in Colorado at all, or?
No, so I had like an acoustic guitar and I played around with it in like high school and everything, like no lessons and everything, probably for like a couple years and then just never touched it again
Wow.
until I moved to like Flagstaff. So that's when I really got into like my musical journey and that kind of thing was at that point.
So this is opening up you're opening up a whole new passion from one passion of running to being more of the songwriter, musician kind of thing. I've seen that. I've seen that happen with a lot of people, and it's nice. And you know, when one passion has to go away and use that energy into another uh, passion, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's been fun and it was kind of I was not in a good spot at first after kind of like an injury is what stopped me with the running too. It was like
Mm.
one of the reasons I couldn't run. So I was like I had to find something that I enjoyed and I was like I found music and loving music and everything and all that stuff. So yeah, really thankful that I got into that and yeah, it was
Now,
So
I'm seeing a keyboard behind you. Do you play keyboard as well, or?
that's something new. Yeah, I play a lot of different instruments. I try learning at least tabbing a little bit into everything to kind of you never know what you really like until you get a chance to explore it. And
yeah.
especially I didn't get to explore it as a kid and everything. So I'm gonna explore as much as I can here. And I fell in love with the keyboard is another one, and that's probably been about a 6, 7 month journey. And it's
Okay.
really cool how like the theory from guitar. I understand music theory, so it's easier to it's easy. It's quick to kind of learn it, but not to play it kind of thing. It was so it's fun. Like I feel like I understand how it works, but getting everything to go where I want it and everything like that is a whole nother thing, especially the left and right hand.
Oh yeah. Tell me about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So, what is your ideal in terms of your music? Say 5 to 10 years from now, what is it you feel like? What are you shooting for?
I would like just to make enough to just like live off of and continue writing my own stuff. I do know a lot of covers and everything as well, so I don't mind playing like other gigs to kind of keep that going and
Yeah.
keep that. But I just do love music, and I've just worked and done other things for so long that I was just like, if I could actually do what I enjoy doing, that'd be awesome and that kind of stuff. So. Yeah, that's I recently quit my job. Actually it's been about 6 months too for that and everything to really crank down, study and kind of learn and see if there's something I want to do and just kind of possibly pursue this passion as much as possible and that kind of stuff.
So where are you at with that right now? Is at this stage? How are you feeling with yourself? And
Oh, it's definitely not doable right now, unfortunately. Like I know it's not, but I'm trying. Like, I know for one thing, my singing was terrible. If you listen to like some of the stuff on Spotify and
Yeah.
whatnot, especially those like live singer-songwriter songs,
Uh-huh.
it's not great. Like my singing has like gotten tremendously better since then. That is like one
Yeah.
thing I've like really tried cracking down over the past few months and everything. I've actually had like a friend that I played with and everything. She recently left town and coming back after the summer, but she helped me out and kind of helped me at least like learn how to practice and whatnot. When I was
Yeah.
doing vocals, it was just I didn't understand how to use it as an instrument. I couldn't hear
Yeah.
myself. It was something different. And I was just like I could pick up any other instrument and at least figure it out. But vocals was like what the I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm at least starting to grasp that and order like able to kind of get that singer stuff. So hopefully that'll kind
Well,
of help get more
what
gigs.
the thing about the vocal part is, all of us that are singers, we kind of say, okay, we take lessons or we take tips and everything like that in terms of techniques. But the journey is it's forever, because as one matures more in life, and as you get to writing different styles, your voice is going to be fluid with that. So there are
Thank God
things
for
that
capos.
serious, and
uh,
that's great. I have I'm particularly interested in talking with you because a lot of people that are starting out in music, they don't know where to go. You know, how do I do this? How do I jump in? If you were to talk to somebody that is just having you're having a cup of coffee with them and they're thinking about doing what you're doing, what would you share with them?
I mean, it depends on where they're at. Like the first thing is like always go to an open mic, check it out. Like
Yeah,
they're always like I think that's the first step and everything,
yeah,
especially because they're so welcoming and like, hey, I've never done this before. It's my first time and all that kind of stuff. Like everyone, all the experiences I've been has just been so awesome and welcoming for that and
yeah,
everything. So that'd probably be my first bet is just to do that, and then you're gonna meet some great people there.
yeah,
Um, Second option, like one of the things that really helped me, especially since I didn't have a lot of things around and or people around and that kind of thing. There is a lot of great stuff on YouTube.
yeah,
There's a lot of trash on there and a lot of stuff that isn't too good, and you got to
yeah,
sift through it and everything. But there is certain things in there that are really good. And I personally, what I enjoyed and everything was like studying exercises and fundamentals. A
yeah.
lot of people want to hurry up and like learn a song to show off and like play a song and stuff.
Right.
I take the time, learn the fundamentals and that kind of thing, and I think that'll be nice and that kind and whatnot. Yeah, it's especially if you it's kind of hard to like go through all that stuff and everything, but if you like learn those basic chords and basic fundamentals and like understand how they work, then it unlocks way more for you than just watching a video that tells you how to put your fingers here, here, and here.
Yeah,
Like so make sure you do like the fundamental videos and not just the
yeah.
quick, yeah, yeah, those kind of
So
things.
I have another big question for you.
Yeah.
So the time that you said, okay, I'm gonna get back into the guitar, and the time that you actually stepped out into an open mic night, um, what was that space like, and how long was it?
Since I really didn't know anyone and I was playing by myself and everything, I really didn't even like know about an open mic or anything, especially around here. There wasn't too many options until about like 3 years or so
Okay,
and that kind of thing and whatnot. And especially if I like lived in the valley where there's all the I just wish I would have gone more. You could just meet more people, get ideas, possibly
right.
jam with more people, that kind of thing too. Find others that are like likewise, have the same mindset.
Yeah,
Maybe start a band that way. Like you got a lot of options and everything. You don't have to go do it alone. And
yeah,
unfortunately, yeah, that's how I felt I had to for the longest time and
yeah.
everything. But yeah, there's a lot of great people out there and whatnot to make friends with and that kind of stuff.
I noticed too that there is some kind of a scene up in Miami Globe, Superior, Have you gotten involved in anything actually in your kind of your home base there?
Somewhat. I played at like some of the first Fridays at the Holden Globe, and like I recently, and this is something that I learned from playing down there and talking to some of the people. Oh my gosh, Kerwin.
Yeah.
Oh
Kerwin.
yeah, Curran
Yeah,
Pasha.
I've tried
Yeah.
Persia.
Yeah.
He busk and everything, and he was showing me
Yeah.
a setup, all that kind of thing. So I recently got something similar, and I started busking at the farmers market and stuff like that. Which I mean, there's not nearly as many options as there is down there and everything. But I was like, hey, where there's kind of outdoor gatherings like that, that'd be nice and
Yeah.
cool. And actually, this upcoming week in Superior, there is a Prickly Pear Festival, like the 29th and the 30th. I think that's
Yeah.
Saturday and Sunday.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's a Prickly Pear Festival that's supposed to be pretty big. I know there's going to be a lot of local musicians there. Yeah, I tried contacting people. I didn't get anything back, so I'm probably going to be busking around and that kind of thing. But
Yeah.
I know Miami's actually having I forget what the name of the festival, but it has like a car show. It's another 2-day festival in Miami. And then I'm actually playing there and everything as well for the city of Miami. So that'll be nice as fun. I may actually be playing with a solo, and then I may be helping out another local band on a different day, play some bass with them as a little fill-in. So that'll be fun.
One of the things I'm picking up from you that you definitely need in any kind of creative discipline is the discipline, self-discipline, self-drive, self-motivation to do it, and then that thing to get better, that drive or that will inside to get better. And you can see it in your enthusiasm when you're in the room with other musicians, and that's how we met over at the chill room. It's nice to have your energy in the room, celebrating everybody performing, and feeling like you definitely are, and you are a part of it, a welcome part, and in the whole scene and everything. So I'm glad you came on to the show, because we have a lot of people who have been playing for years on the show, and they got long and lengthy stories about stuff, but it's rare that we get a chance to have an interview with somebody who's stepping out there for the very first time, and what it feels like, and where you go to get support. And this can answer a lot of questions, and to find those places out there that are entry-level clubs and coffee houses that say, yeah, you can come over and set up on our patio, you can come and do this, and they enjoy it.
Yeah.
And if you're pleasant, you don't have to be great, but if you're pleasant and friendly and open, that's all the more, because there'll be 2 or 3 people that'll sit there and go, hey man, I like what you're doing, and keep up the good work. And
this is why I don't get to do that much.
That's why he's on a podcast now.
Yeah.
So, background.
Yeah.
I see that filter you have on and everything.
I want to thank you so much for being on the show, on the podcast, and we're kind of like starting your career, and archiving it. So when you hit the big time, we can say, oh yeah, that was the same guy that we had on the show. What did he change his name to? Super Bruce, or something like that. Something like that, Super Bruce the Looper,
Thank you so much, Bruce, and continued success and good luck, and keep working at it. And I'm sure we'll see you along the road somewhere. It's a big community, but a small community. So.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I'll see you guys around. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bruce.
Yeah, you guys are
You're
awesome.
welcome. I'll see you in the valley. Okay.
Yeah, have a good one.
Thank you. He was really, really nice. Really nice.
That was a great chat, and
it was a great chat. Yeah.
Nice to know that there's some cool stuff happening.
And especially with people when they're just getting ready to start out. That this is a splice in time. You don't get these kind of interviews that much, when they're just starting out. Speaking of starting out, we got two people that are smiling in the camera right now that are just starting out. We as Glenn was mentioning, this is a really introductory show into we're going into our second year, and we're trying out a lot of different things. And our wonderful people right here have been helping us behind the scenes shape the show. And I would like to introduce everybody to Emma and James. And as we get into what's vibing in the desert right here, they know when they put it together. What you got, folks? What you got?
All right, I'm Emma.
I'm James.
And welcome to What's Vibin' in the Desert, where we scan north to south across all of Arizona, and we highlight the unique opportunities that musicians like you can participate in. We're going to go ahead and cover the Flagstaff area and start that out. Most importantly, we've got some open mics over in Hops on Birch. That's the first one for today. Hops on Birch is going to be every Wednesday night beginning at 6 o'clock at night. That's over at Flagstaff. They've got a wonderful host named Beth there who runs that. Recommend signing up usually around 5:30 p.m. Music begins at 6. That one is great for singers-songwriters, acoustic performers, and first-time performers alike. We also got Mountaintop Tap Room. That's an open mic over there that you can go ahead and check out. Mountaintop Tap Room open mic happens Fridays, select Fridays, so check their calendar for the exact Friday, and that happens in Flagstaff. So you can come prepared early, sign up at 5:30 on that one. That's over there in Flagstaff. So our ultimate goal is to have representatives from each area, and the goal is to have about 8 areas. So we are going to expand as we continue to grow. And we'll have revolving representation across each region, just so we have an unbiased representation of what is happening that you can participate in across Arizona. So I'll go ahead and take it.
Thank you, Emma, for covering Northern Arizona for us. And now we'll move over to the West Valley for our very own Glenn Gardner to go over what's vibing in the desert. Glenn?
Hey, thanks. Actually, there's a lot always happening in the West Valley, but I'm going to focus on a couple of things that are some biggies. The Glendale Folk Festival is always the first weekend in March, and it encompasses literally hundreds of performers across, I'm thinking it's like 10 stages or something like that. Reason I want to talk about it now is because they've actually opened up the process kind of on the early side, I think, for people to get involved. And you don't need any special anything. It's not a judged entry. It's pretty much what they have space for. And it does fill up. So I would suggest you can visit the City of Glendale's website, and they have all the entry material up there that you can actually put your name in the hat right online. And that's open now as we speak. The other big thing kind of happening festival-wise anyway on this side of the world is the Levine Folk Festival. That happens the weekend before Thanksgiving every year, and they've had a little bit of a sea change in how they're doing it, and I actually like the changes they made. I usually run sound on a stage down there, and I'm going to do it again this year too. But they had 6 stages over one day last year. They're going to do 3 stages over 2 days this year. Same number of performers, but I actually think it cuts down on the walking, and it's held on a beautiful farm down in Levine, one of the few left. It's on a dairy farm down there. And again, the process is open right now, and that one fills up fast. And again, it's not a judged entry as Tucson is, and some other festivals. You just put your name in the hat, and they'll try to accommodate you as best they can. So, I would say in just the near future, if you are a musician who likes that festival scene, those are 2 really good ones, and they're right on your doorstep, and they're coming up. So that's what's vibing in the desert over here in the western part of the Expanse. So thank you, Emma and James.
Thank you, Glenn. And we'll take it on over to Walt Richardson. He's representing Central and East Valley, Arizona today. Walt, what you got going on?
You got on mute first.
He's got a mute.
Okay, I was looking for it. I think I see. Oh, here's what's happening. I'm going to jump into some of the events that are well, it's a single event, but it happens twice a year. It's the Tempe Festival of the Arts. There's one in December and there's one in March. And the reason I'm jumping on it now is because it's run by the Downtown Tempe Authority, and you want to get in touch with them about how to get your information on board so that they can select your music or select you to be a part of the various stages that they have out there. There's a main stage, and then there's quite a few other stages that are up and down the street. So the event is more like an arts show and music event happening simultaneously throughout the on the street of Mill Avenue. That's blocked off for about maybe about seven blocks or something like that. Maybe it's 5. But anyway, the Tempe Festival of Arts. Check out the Downtown Tempe Authority and go to their website and just click in for the art festival, and then you'll see all of the places where you can enter your information. So that's what I have for right now, and there's more coming up in the next few shows here. So I'm rolling it back to y'all over there, the dynamic duo. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you, Walt. Appreciate it. Now we're actually going to take it over to Southeast Arizona and Pinal County to our famous Jamie Ray for What's Vibin' in the Desert.
Jamie.
Hey,
good
y'all.
to see you.
Jamie Ray here. Good to see you guys. Let me tell you what's vibing out here in Pinal County. We've got a lot going on, but there's some big events coming up. So if you're looking for a full day of live music in Pinal County, Oracle, Arizona is the place to be. It's Saturday, September 5th, 2026. The SPF 26 SPF 26 takes over Rancho Linda Vista. It'll be from noon till 10 p.m. They're going to have 11 bands, 2 DJs, lots of food, swimming. It's an all-day pool festival. The atmosphere is great. It's a cool location. It's historical a venue, so it's a lot of fun out there. The tickets are $20, but it does include everything I mentioned, and kids under 13 will get in free. And it's a great chance to hear a wide range of music while supporting the arts community, I'm sorry, and preservation efforts at the historical Oracle property. So if you want to go out to Oracle and see what's going on, that's a great event. And then later in the month, in Casa Grande, they're going to be celebrating the Hispanic Heritage Month with Celebra on Friday, September 25th, 2026. It's a free event, and it runs from 6 to 9 p.m. in historic downtown Casa Grande. It's going to be around the area of Neon Sign Park and Main Street Alley, and families can enjoy live mariachi music, ballet performances, food trucks, vendors, arts and crafts, so many activities for the kids. It's a big, huge evening celebration of Hispanic culture, music, community, all right here in Pinal County. So don't miss those events. Lot going on.
I want to go there.
They're fun. It's a lot of fun, especially that one in Casa Grande. That's a free event, and the music is it's amazing. It's a good time.
You definitely want to head down to Casa Grande. Thank you for representing Pinal County, Jamie Ray. That's actually my hometown, and I can't get enough of the warm, welcoming community that the music facilitates down there. You might not guess that would be the case, but it sure is. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
We're going to head on over to Jeff Rocks in Southern Arizona, representing Tucson today. What's happening over there in your area, Jeff?
Well, thank you for having me on the show. A lot of things happening. This is a very abundant musical community, and a lot of it is centrally focused on the downtown area near the university. But then again, there's other other places all around. Personally, I every Thursday night except tonight, I have the largest open mic in Tucson, and we usually have a showcase band. And I've given a lot of artists their start. Some may or may not have heard of Zenora, Soul of the Sun, Sundog, Flying Half Full. A lot of these guys are touring. Also, Chalaco, the band, and I'm going to talk about them in just a moment. But anyway, every Thursday at the Big Bad Wolf, which is right off of Oracle, it used to be the Rockabilly Grill. Usually it's I have to turn musicians away. So everybody gets 3 songs, and then at 9 o'clock there's a showcase band or artist that plays for about an hour, and it's a good time to be had by all. The other new thing, there's a couple new things. We've closed a few venues, unfortunately, recently, like the the names are missing on me right now, but we've opened a few new ones. One of them is La Rosa, which is an old monastery. It's a gorgeous facility. I'm hoping to play there one of these days with my band Wrought Iron. But another new, brand new facility is called El Amador Inn. Their grand opening is September 18th. The band that will be performing is an awesome band. It's Chalaco. They play everything from cumbia to Guns N' Roses. They have a 6-piece band, and they usually have a few guest performers, such as a percussionist. I've been a guest performer for them as well. Anyway, El Amador Inn is downtown. It's on 211 South 4th Street, which is right in the heart of the entertainment district. And the El Amador Inn is family owned. They have rooms, they have food, and they're planning on having music every weekend, from what I've been told. So that's another cool thing to go check out. The House of Bards is one of the places that closed recently. The Encore is closed, and so with these new places opening, it's really nice to have them. But we have a very vibrant music scene here in Tucson. I'm from the Bay Area in California, and this is 4 times the size of the music scene there, believe it or not. Very happy to be here, very happy to be on the show, and I really appreciate the invitation.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you so much for representing Southern Arizona today, Jeff. I wanted to first also thank all the representatives for today. Again, we're going to continue to expand the What's Vibin' in the Desert segment to be covering 8 regions of Arizona. If you're interested as a listener in volunteering as a regional representative, please make your way over to thedesertvibepodcast.com and visit our About page, and you'll be able to contact us about becoming a regional representative.
And speaking of the website, we also have blogs on there for every interview that Glenn and Walt do. We have that. And then we have blogs about every open mic and venue that we go to. Emma and I will go out and review the open mic or venue. So all the musicians out there, before you even get in the car to think about going, you know when the sign-up time is, you know what the vibe is, and the whole feeling of it, to see if it's going to fit for you. So we try to put that
These
on
reviews are so detail-oriented, you're going to know what the host had to drink and eat that night. I mean, there is every detail covered on those reviews. Are so good. If you were wondering anything about these open mics, it's there.
Next week is coming up North Mountain Brewing with our very own Glenn Gardner.
I'm worried.
What Glenn had to eat.
I am worried.
Hey, the thing about this podcast is it's a bunch of musicians doing this, this whole idea. And so, we have our gigs that we're doing, and so we kind of pop them in there every now and then. I think that this weekend at the Chill Room, there's a group of folks playing that I can't remember who they are. Let me see. Matthew White is going to be in there. Somebody else. You remember, Glenn? Who is? Oh, Jamie Ray. Jamie Ray's going to be there at the gig. Hey,
It's the
Jeff.
Matthew Allen Project.
Matthew Allen
That's
Project.
it, yeah.
Jeff, this
Flowman
is
will be
my
there too.
this is my first time meeting you. I don't remember crossing paths with you, but I want to welcome you on board, and I'm interested in coming and learning more about you and about that open mic night you have on Thursdays.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah,
And
I've been doing it for 5 years
good.
at the same venue. I'm on my third owner. By the way, the owner of the Big Bad Wolf.
How unusual.
Yeah, the
Huh.
owner of the Big Bad Wolf is Bill Horowitz. He's a musician himself. He's
Yeah.
very accommodating. We have a full back line. We get to play his personal Yamaha top of the
Oh,
line drum kit.
wow.
Nice.
We've got, you know, Headrush FR speakers. I
Yeah.
have a modeling amp that people can play through. I have a really
Cool.
nice bass amp. People just really need to bring their own instruments. And like I say, the thing that keeps the lights on is people eating and drinking. There's no
Mm.
cover. Just
Yeah.
show up, have a couple drinks, maybe some appetizers, and things will keep moving.
And
Beautiful
real quick, what
thing.
instruments do you play?
I play electric guitar, and like I said, I'm in a band called Wrought Iron. We've got a few gigs coming up. Some of them I can't talk about yet, but Wrought Iron's been together 8 years. I've been with the band 5, so
Cool.
we play
Nice.
all originals. So
Nice.
Well, Emma and James will probably get some of that information and end up right in the blog or something so
Yep.
that we can find out what you're doing because we appreciate your help. And as this community, as we talk more about the community in the state of Arizona, the music scene out here is going to get broad really quick. And so managing all the information, I'm glad the team that's right here together is together. And like Emma says, more are jumping on board. So thank you very much for your
Thanks.
time. And your
well,
effort.
thank you for
thank
the
you,
nice
Jeff.
welcome.
Thank you. And Jamie Ray, thank you. And Emma and James, definitely thank you. And I want to just mention one thing because we've been talking about this. Season 2 is now of the Desert Vibe. We're recording this show on the 27th of August. But we're going to have a bit of a bash coming up on October 3rd to celebrate season 2 of the Desert Vibe, continuing and celebrate all those shows. Season 1. More details to come, but as they say, save the date, October 3rd. It's going to be at North Mountain Brewing Company in the Barrel Room. Sometimes we call it the Acoustic Annex, and it should be a ton of fun. So, thank you guys so much.
So
Thank-
Glenn looks like you combed your hair and got all diddied up for this.
No, I took my
okay.
summer shower. Yeah. I think when it gets to be 120 degrees, I should probably take a shower. You know?
Right. Hey,
Hey, well,
So-
now we got the last part of the podcast, which might be everyone's favorite or not, depending on how this goes. As season 2, we're starting off the ending of the podcast with Walt's wisdom.
Walt
Walt can drop some knowledge on us, Walt.
And close us
thing. Hey, Walt, what you got to say, Walt? Well, first of all, the attitude of gratitude. I'm so grateful for how this has all started, and from talking about it from 2 years ago to now being up and running. And the first year went by really, really wonderfully. Met a lot of people and have a nice team together. So the attitude of gratitude is the main part. But I will say this about music and use the words of the late great Bob Marley, one of his lyrics. The one good thing about music is when it hits, you feel no pain. And so we've got a lot of pain in the world, but man, pick up the instrument, play it, and or come out and enjoy some of your favorite people that are out there playing. Some of the people are right here in front of you, and some of them not. Okay, that's a whole ball game. But remember this: the one good thing about music is when it hits, you feel no pain. Until we meet again, be good to yourselves, take care of one another, and let's give peace a chance.